Hey guys, happy Friday and welcome back to this episode's Living Boundless. Of course, Fridays are centered around the update of where I'm going, what I'm doing, and how I'm traveling. Picking up from where I left off, wait up, hold a second. There we go. Hey guys, back with you. But yeah, picking up where we were from last week, you guys were introduced to my new means of living. The last 3 months have been phenomenal. I wouldn't change any of it. But in summary, I want a closer look and I'm going to be downsizing. I'm not getting rid of my camper. I'm going to keep it, so on and so forth. But I am moving to this wonderful rooftop tent. It's been great so far. I've tested it, for the last week. But it's exactly what I've been looking for. I've been researching it for a minute, talked to some special people in my life and kind of got their opinion on so on and so forth. There's a couple of modifications I need to make before I actually jump into it full frame or gung-ho. But overall, I've got it installed. It's on the truck. It's good to go. It's mobile. It's really cool. So with that being said, the main question I've been getting is, what are you going to do in light of threat, or rough conditions? First off, that's really not my number one concern. Probably should be, but it's not. I can always get inside my truck. That's going to be the answer. And then we'll do a tour of what I have for that, when that time comes. But cutting to the chase, really cool piece of machinery. If you guys haven't looked into anything like this before, they're rather new technology. Let's go ahead and give you guys the grand tour. So of course I've got the ladder. You guys saw me get in from the rear. I think at some point I'm going to get some sort of like platform situation for my rack, just to make things a little bit, I don't know, like almost a front porch, a little bit easier. And then with Lana, I've already tried it out. She's been able to get in the back of my truck plenty of times. So if I drop the tailgate, she can get up there. And then she probably couldn't jump up there, but I could get her up there. Anyways, long story short, let's go ahead and hop up in here. You'll be surprised how spacious this thing is. So the mattress, this is the BDV Duo by iKamper. And the mattress is actually like in between a full and a queen. So it's pretty, this is hard one-handed, hold on. Okay. The mattress is actually pretty dadgum large in here. My favorite thing is the fabric. This is like polyester. Super sweet. I've already taken it out to the beach and like the sand, just dump it right out or dust it right out. But overall, very spacious in here. And this is how it's going to be. So part of this, I love the mountains. I love like being out in the woods. Like that's the ideal situation for me. But I also don't want to bypass the cities. And with this, I'll still be able to like go in and out and truly live boundless and kind of get inside of these communities and intermingle and be a part and spend time and stay longer. And then if shit hits the fan, or if something hits the fan, I can always like get a hotel room or whatever, So long story short, this is a great means of going forward and, doing that whole thing. With that being said, I really don't have an update of where I'm going to go next. I have some ideas. Good God, there's gnats. Sorry. If you guys haven't realized by now, I'm pretty... This is raw footage. I don't shoot more than once. I edit, obviously, but yeah. Anyways, long story short, I really don't know where I'm going next, so I can't really give you that. I will say I'm still in California. I like it here. And I have ideas of where I want to go next. I have goals, but I'm not there just yet. So with that, stay tuned. I think I'll have something more concrete in the next week or so. But for now, just wanted to give you guys an update on the living arrangement and, my thought on doing this, my reasoning behind this, and so on. I'm gonna do other modifications, like I mentioned, like the platform for the overland rack and so on. But as it is now, I do have it fully installed. I had to get a rooftop rack to really maintain the main portion of the foundation. It's bolted on like at the north section here, pretty good. There are a couple other connection points that I need to adjust, but overall, it's on there. It's good. I'm excited about it. Really, really excited about it. And to be continued with this endeavor. But just to give you a full view, most of my storage, I've had the tonneau and I've had the overland since I got the truck pretty much. Storage is going to happen here. I don't even use half of the storage in my bed. To be honest, I've got like 2 containers. I can maximize that, clothes and stuff, ice chest and so forth. But overall, that is the camper, iKamper. BDV Duo is the actual product name. There's one size smaller than this that I considered, but I did want a little bit of size. Lana, she's not a big dog, but I wanted her to have some space too, because this is obviously going to be a shift for her. But overall, just wanted to give you guys the update. So I will walk you through like the deconstruction. I wanted to have it set up first before, but I'll give you guys that deconstruction really quick because it's rather simple. There's a couple of tweaks and such you've got to make sure. So one, all of this you've got to zip up, but you can't zip up any of your container or any of your walls all the way, because if you guys have ever put up any tent in your life, all tents, they get full of air like a balloon as you're bringing them down. So you got to leave like a little hole like this here so it can breathe. So that's step one, is zipping up your sides and every other point. So the main point, of course, this thing was so ideal. As I'm zipping this up, this thing was so ideal on the beach. Like, if you're an aspiring beach bum or just want to kick it at the beach at any point, like, it was really amazing. To the sunset, like, I could go all day about it, but kind of excited to take it to more secluded places and such. You can break down all the walls on each side. You can even undo the top if you were a stargazer. That's something I haven't done just yet, but I will, because that was a really badass thought, especially with the moon. A couple of nights ago, that blue moon, I wish I would have taken this out and found a good spot for that, because that would have been in activity. That would have been super cool. What I'm doing right now, you guys can't see me, but what I'm doing at this moment, I'm actually so there's like poles to keep the guides up, or the this main flap up front. Now it's falling on me, but it's necessary if you for rain and such. You can pull it back. There are adjusters that'll like suck it in and bring it up top, but I like having it out. I don't care to mess with it, really. So I think we're good. Yeah, we're zipped up there. I think we're zipped up there. Yeah, okay. And once you have it all such, you just give it a little bit of elbow grease. You do got to play a little bit of tuck and grab a little bit, but overall, it's not that bad. The clamps were really interesting to me. I thought pretty easy. They have locks on them, but overall, pretty seamless when it comes to locking it in. So you can't tell, but what I do when I'm doing this is I don't lock them completely. I just strap them to grab. That way I can do a walk around check, and oh goodness, so I can do extra tucks like this while I'm getting it fixed up. Overall, pretty simple. So the main reason I made the move on iKamper, because this was, I spoke with a few friends, and one of my good friends was like, you know, if I'm going to go a direction, I'm going to probably go this direction. And I looked at like 4 or 5 different products just to see what tickled my fancy the most. And manufacturing is a big thing to me. Quality product is a big thing. And with that being said, iKamper, they're headquartered out of South Korea. I don't really give a shit where headquarters are, things like that. You know, I know everybody's like, American made this, American made that. Well, guys, there are other people in the world that manufacture things really great. And if anybody on or following me doesn't know, South Korea is a huge advocate on camping lifestyle, believe it or not. And they actually, like Korean barbecue, right? Like South Korean barbecue. Like you think like, oh, the food's great. Well, if you didn't realize, like they barbecue, they stay outside. They're outdoorsy folk. And anyways, long story short, the reason I went with this is iKamper's headquartered out of South Korea, but they also manufacture every piece of this out of South Korea. So every piece made on this, plastic, alloy, all of that, like the fiberglass. And I'm locking it up now because I've got all my sides tucked in. But everything's manufactured in the same general area, and that gives me confidence in the product. Not to say like there's anything bad about, you know, outsourcing and such, but the other brand that I was looking at was called Roof Nest. Nothing bad about Roof Nest, but Roof Nest, headquartered out of Colorado, but everything's manufactured all over the place. You know, they're getting pieces from here, pieces from there. And I am so intertwined in the business world just because of my professional life that I know what supply chains look like. I know how quality assurance and quality control can fall short when you have such decentralized processes like that. And the latter is, guys, this is extremely easy. It's probably the easiest piece about this whole damn thing. Literally just clicking some buttons and everything drops down. But all in all, I went with South Korea because manufacturing was all home, manufacturing was all nearby, and everything was quality product. Like it is steel on about 75% of this, even the outside container. And then also, not because I'm lazy, but the product came assembled. If you had the choice, right? Yeah, you could pay for it and such, but it was a very slight upcharge to get this guy like completely on the doorstep assembled, and that was nice. The only actual installation I had to do was putting it up here and getting it on. So aside of all that, it's a good piece. And if you have questions or my opinions or whatever as I get to use it and you guys get to know it a little bit better, just let me know. But yeah, that's really the update. That's Living Boundless Friday for you, keeping it short and sweet and simple. Don't want to take too much of the time. If you guys have questions around living arrangements, where I'm going, you can ask me. Probably don't know, but I'll give you a good shot. I'll give you a good idea. Peace out, guys. Have a good weekend and kick ass. Keep on keeping on.